Pause for a moment and ask yourself, why are you here, right now at this exact second? No, it's not luck, it's not the algorithm, it's not curiosity. It's the call of your future self. It's life pulling you by the invisible thread of inevitability. You didn't stumble upon just any video, but a vibrational temple disguised as a screen. And here, in this space between your breath and eternity, something sacred is about to happen. The reunion with the brightest version of yourself. Within you, there's a part that always knew this moment would come. A subtle feeling that you were being prepared for something greater, even on the days when you felt lost. And here you are, breathing and feeling this silent confirmation. Nothing is by chance. It's pure synchronicity. The present moment is more than a pause in your routine. It's a reunion with what has always been waiting to emerge, the luminous version that lives within you. This frequency is already pulsing in your energy field, asking to come through, asking for space. And from now on, the veil begins to lift. Maybe you believed you were just tired, anxious, confused. But what you call a crisis is in fact the birth of a new identity. Your body vibrates between two timelines, one that is saying goodbye and another that insists on being born. This is the dance between the ego and the future self. Feel like the archer holding a drawn arrow. This discomfort of waiting is not a mistake, but preparation. The universe has placed you exactly at the point of maximum tension, so that when you release, the flight becomes inevitable. You are not stagnant, you are accumulating quantum power. Look within. How many times have you felt like your life no longer fits itself, like a tight shoe that no longer fits? That discomfort is proof that your old identity can no longer support the greatness that is coming. You've already begun to grow beyond familiar borders. Now, imagine your body as a biological antenna. It captures invisible frequencies, decodes signals from the quantum field, and transforms vibration into experience. Every shiver, every intuition, every synchronicity is proof that you are receiving instructions from your future version. Are you ready to listen? The rational mind may try to explain, may even resist, but the truth is that something greater is already guiding you. Science calls it the collapse of the wave function. Spirituality calls it quantum manifestation. 2. Languages for the same phenomenon. The future already exists, and you are aligning with it. This energetic alignment happens when you begin to trust the universe, let go of control, and allow your elevated vibration to take the lead. It's not effort, it's surrender. It's not struggle, it's resonance. You don't need to push life. You just need to tune your frequency to the desired state. If you feel like you've tried everything and nothing has changed, know this. It's not because you failed, but because you were still broadcasting on two frequencies at once. Like two radios playing, creating noise. Now it's time to turn off the old signal and give full voice to the future self. And here lies the most beautiful point. This future self is not distant, unreachable, or idealized. It already lives in you, waiting for you to choose to vibrate. With it now, reality shifts always begin as identity shifts. And the decision is happening within this very moment. So, take a deep breath. Feel the air as a quantum code moving through your lungs. As you inhale, you call the future. As you exhale, you release the past. It's that simple. Presence is the key, and your body is the portal. With each breath, allow yourself to feel that you are entering a new energy field. A dimension where abundance, clarity, and confidence are already real. You don't have to run to get there, because that place already exists in you. Just open the space for it to manifest. This is your intimate invitation. Decide now not to abandon yourself. The call has already echoed. The frequency has already been activated. All that's left is to stay. Can you feel the gentle warmth of this reunion? It's the sign that the process has already begun. And before we go deeper into this journey, allow me to ask something simple. If this content has already touched your heart, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with those you love. This is not just a click, it's a vibrational pact to stay connected to your future self and to our community. When two realities collide within you, maybe you're experiencing that feeling of being in two worlds at once. On one side, the life you already know, routines, patterns, repetitive thoughts. On the other, the elevated vibration of a future that insists on getting closer. This tension is not a flaw, it's a sign of transition. You may feel like you have two operating systems running in your mind. The old one, heavy, slow, full of limiting beliefs. And the new, light, expansive, full of trust. The conflict isn't because you don't know how to choose, but because your soul has already chosen, and your body is learning to follow. That's the reason for the anxiety you often feel. It's not a lack of clarity, but an overflow of energy, asking to come through. Your subconscious mind still clings to what is familiar, while your future self is already vibrating in abundance. That inner friction is the portal to your expansion. Imagine two radios playing on different frequencies. One transmits the noise of the old identity. The other transmits the gentle melody of your new reality. The discomfort you feel is the clash of those waves meeting. But once you choose the tuning, the noise disappears and the music becomes clear. That choice is not rational, it's vibrational. It doesn't happen through mental effort, but through the decision to reprogram your subconscious with new emotions. Elevated emotions are like keys that unlock internal doors. Joy, gratitude, and trust are not effects, but causes of manifestation. When you allow yourself to feel those emotions now, before circumstances change, something extraordinary happens. Your energy field expands, your elevated vibration collapses. Realities, and you align with the timeline leap. The future begins to move toward you. It's like the archer who, after long seconds of tension, finally releases the arrow. The moment you decide to trust the universe is the same moment life launches toward abundance. What seemed like waiting is revealed as perfect preparation. And here's a secret, your body is the map. Each cell holds memories, but also possibilities. When you breathe consciously, move, surrender, you give quantum commands to your biological system. Your inner antenna adjusts and begins to clearly pick up the signal of the future self. Have you noticed how, in the moments when you simply relax and trust, things start to flow? As if invisible doors open without effort? That's not coincidence, it's quantum manifestation in action. It's you vibrating high and attracting the aligned reality. Now, look deeply. Everything that feels like resistance is just energy, asking for direction. Don't fight the anxiety, don't fight the fear. Use them as fuel to choose the frequency you desire. Every emotion is an invitation to leap. Ask yourself now, what identity no longer fits me? What reality am I ready to collapse? These questions don't ask for a logical answer, but for an inner feeling. Let your body answer, because it already knows. You're learning to release and receive. Release the inner programming that limited you. Receive the energy of worthiness that is already yours by nature. This is the secret movement of reality. Shift, making room for the new to settle in. And the more you practice this tuning, the more natural it becomes. It's like tuning an instrument. At first, it takes attention, but soon the right sound becomes effortless. Your life begins to play the melody of the future self naturally. None of this happens in a day, but in every moment you decide to be present. You are already living the process now. And the more aware you become of this energetic alignment, the faster your elevated vibration transforms everything around you. The journey is just beginning, and in the next part, you'll feel in a practical way how science and spirituality come together to prove this transformation. Because believing is not enough, you need to experience in your body the power of the quantum leap. Have you ever noticed how the greatest Scientific discoveries seem to confirm truths that spiritual masters have been proclaiming for millennia. When quantum physics speaks of the collapse of the wave function, it's merely translating into formulas what spirituality has always called manifestation. You don't create the future, you tune into what already exists in infinite versions. Imagine reality as a radio station with infinite channels available. Each thought, emotion, and intention is a tuning movement in this inner antenna that is your body. When you vibrate in fear, you tune to one channel. When you vibrate in trust, you shift to another. There is no randomness, only resonance. The brain is like a transmitter. Neuroscience studies show that it doesn't distinguish between a real and an imagined experience when the emotion is intense. This means that by feeling now what you want to experience, you're already starting to reprogram your subconscious mind. You're installing a new identity, and this is exactly where spirituality and science meet. Because when you practice this vibrational presence, your body releases neurotransmitters and hormones that inform your cells that the future has already arrived. You don't wait for the external signal, you generate it from the inside out. This process is like turning on a light. The electricity was always there, invisible, until someone decided to connect the right wires. So is your energy, always available until you consciously choose to align thought, emotion, and body. The result is light, clarity, manifestation. You may ask, what about the obstacles and difficulties? Don't they matter? Of course they do. They're like resistors in the circuit, challenging the electric current. But even resistance has a function. It intensifies the energy passing through. What matters isn't eliminating challenges, but learning to use them. Spirituality calls this transmutation. Science calls it neuroplasticity. It's the same phenomenon, your ability to transform old patterns into new pathways. It's as if the brain were moldable clay, and each vibrational choice were a sculpting hand. The final result is your new identity. So begin to observe yourself through this scientific spiritual lens. When you feel anxiety, don't say, I'm broken. Say, my antenna is trying to adjust the frequency. When you feel resistance, don't say, I'm weak. Say, I'm building up energy for a greater leap. The body is not your enemy, it's your compass. It translates invisible vibration into tangible sensations. And every shiver, every intuition, every emotion is a quantum code sent by your future self. The question is, are you willing to listen with your heart instead of just your mind? Because the mind is like a calculator. It crunches numbers, measures probabilities, limits scenarios. But the heart is like a portal. It connects you to the energetic field of the infinite. When you bring the two together, science and soul, mind and heart, you create the ideal state to collapse the reality you desire. That's the beauty of this path. You don't need to abandon logic, you expand it. You don't need to abandon faith, you root it. Quantum manifestation isn't fantasy, it's spiritual mathematics applied to the field of life. And now, I want you to try a simple experiment. Close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and imagine yourself living a scene from your future self. See the colors, feel the textures, hear the sounds. Allow your body to believe it's already there. What you just did isn't empty imagination. It's reprogramming your subconscious mind, activating your energy field, and sending a vibrational command to the universe. You are practicing a timeline. Jump in this exact moment. So hold that sensation within you. Let it grow like a soft flame that illuminates every cell. This is the first step to understanding, not just with the mind, but through experience, that the future is already present in you. And in the next part, I'll guide you through an even deeper exercise, combining breath, emotion, and presence. That's when you'll begin to feel the identity shift happening in your body in real time. Now, I want you to allow something deeper. Close your eyes for a few seconds and bring your attention to the air coming in and going out. Feel that each inhalation is a thread connecting you to your future self, and each exhalation is the release of the old identity. Imagine the air entering carries a golden vibrational frequency, filling your chest with confidence and clarity. And the air leaving carries away every fragment of fear, anxiety, or doubt. Breath is the simplest and most powerful vehicle for shifting reality. In this moment, bring to mind an image that represents abundance. It can be a place, an object, a sensation. The form doesn't matter. What matters is the energetic field that activates in you. Allow that image to expand, as if filling your entire inner space. Now feel gratitude for it, as if it were already real. The heart is the most powerful amplifier in the universe, and elevated emotion is the code that sends clear signals to the quantum field. The more you feel it, the stronger the inner programming becomes. And notice, we're not talking about forcing positive thoughts. We're talking about states of consciousness that change your biology. Science has already proven that gratitude releases dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that raise your vibration and train your brain to expect the best. So this exercise isn't just spiritual, it's physical, chemical, real. You're literally reprogramming your subconscious mind right now, teaching your body to live in sync with the future you wish to attract. If a doubtful thought arises, don't fight it. Just return to the breath and tell yourself, I choose to vibrate in the field of abundance. This simple decision is like adjusting the needle of a compass. The north has always been there. You're just remembering the direction. You're already feeling a difference, aren't you? Maybe it's a lightness, a warmth, a spontaneous smile. These signals aren't random, they're confirmation that your elevated vibration is already beginning to reconfigure your energy field. The secret is to repeat, repeat, and repeat. Just like a muscle gets stronger with training, your future identity solidifies with each practice. The more you connect to that state, the more natural it becomes. And soon, it will be your new baseline. Now I want to open a gift for you. If this exercise brought you clarity, know that there's a structured way to deepen this process daily. The Quantum Journal Bundle is a 33-day practical journey with exercises, reflections, and energy journals created to elevate your vibrational frequency. It's like having a daily guide to reprogram your mind and solidify your identity shift. The link is in the description, and you can start this practical journey toward your future self today. And now, take a deep breath again. See how the energy has already shifted. You don't need to wait for tomorrow. The transformation is happening now. Imagine yourself standing before two doors. One leads back to the familiar past. The other opens to the luminous unknown. The breath you just took is the key turning the knob of the new door. Are you ready to walk through? Remember, your future self has already crossed, and that's why it can pull you by the invisible thread of inevitability. Trusting is just following that thread, even without seeing every step. This simple exercise is proof that reality shift isn't theory. It's practice, it's body, it's frequency. And the more you practice, the more your self-image reconfigures toward abundance. Now we're ready to take an even bolder step, to understand how this new identity amplifies, not just in you, but throughout the collective web. Because when one awakens, all awaken. Have you noticed how one person's energy can change an entire environment? A genuine smile, a confident gaze, a calm presence. That's not by chance. It's the energy field radiating beyond the skin and affecting everyone around. You are a living transmitter. Your future self doesn't just want to change your life. It wants to inspire lives around you. Because each time you raise your vibration, you create a resonance that invites others to do the same. It's like throwing a stone into a lake. The ripples never stop expanding. This is archetypal and collective amplification. When you align with the frequency of abundance, you activate not only your individual potential, but you awaken the Collective archetype of the creator, the visionary, the being who manifests realities. You become a living example. And science confirms this through the concept of heart coherence. Studies show that the human heart emits a magnetic field that can be measured meters away. When you are in gratitude, this field enters harmony and influences nearby people. Spirituality calls it emanating light. Science calls it bioelectromagnetism. But deep down, they say the same thing. Your vibrational frequency isn't private. It communicates with the whole. Your internal shift inevitably becomes a collective shift. So imagine, what happens when thousands of people begin to vibrate in the same frequency? The timeline jump stops being individual and becomes collective. The entire reality begins to reorganize toward greater abundance. That's why your process is so precious. You're not just manifesting your dream life, you're serving as a bridge for others to awaken too. You become an antenna that reminds the world what's possible. And see how this connects to the archetype of the hero. Every hero begins their journey confused, hesitant, but once they awaken their power, they don't keep it to themselves. They share, they lead, they inspire. You are now entering that same archetypal movement, but don't think this requires forced effort. Your simple presence and energetic alignment is already enough. It's not about eloquence, it's about vibrating truthfully. The field does the work for you, because vibration needs no translation. And this is where your identity shift becomes solid, because it's not just about you believing, it's about others confirming it through what they feel in your presence. You become living proof of quantum manifestation that generates trust not just in you, but in everyone your life touches. People begin to say they feel good around you, that they feel inspired, that they feel peace. They don't know how to explain it, but you do. It's your energy field working silently. This is the higher calling of your future self, to live not just for yourself, but as a channel of collective transformation. It's like lighting a candle. Its flame doesn't diminish by lighting others, but multiplies the light. So allow yourself to step into that role, not as a burden, but as a privilege. Your brilliance is not vanity, it's service. And the more you shine, the more you invite others to remember they can shine too. And thus, effortlessly, your individual journey becomes part of a greater symphony. You not only change your reality, you become a key piece in the transformation of collective reality. And this is only the beginning of expansion. The moment has come to reveal the secret that was hidden between the lines from the very beginning. It's not just about visualizing, breathing, or feeling. The true method is to live now as if you already were the identity of your future self. Because reality doesn't respond to what you ask for. It responds to what you are. Think about it. Each thought is a seed. Each emotion is the water, and each action is the sunlight. If you plant seeds of doubt and water them with fear, there's no way to harvest abundance. But if you plant trust and water it with high vibration, the harvest will inevitably be prosperity. The key is simple and yet revolutionary. Act from your new identity, not toward it. That means feeling abundant before having, feeling loved before receiving, feeling free before external circumstances confirm it. This is true internal programming. When you embody that state, the quantum field responds like a perfect mirror. There's no distance between you and your manifestation. The universe simply rearranges the pieces to reflect the vibration you already hold. That is timeline jumping in action. And notice, this doesn't require forced effort. It requires surrender. It's the courage to release the old story, like taking off a tight shoe, and choosing the lightness of walking barefoot toward the unknown. Because your future self doesn't wait, it already lives. This method isn't external. It's not something you'll find elsewhere. It has always been inside you. Every time you feel gratitude for no reason, every time you trust without evidence, every time you vibrate without cause, you're already practicing the method, what we're doing here is simply bringing awareness to what's already happening within you. And awareness is power. When you remember what you already know, transformation stops being occasional and becomes inevitable. Now see how everything connects. Science, spirituality, emotion, body, identity. They're all threads of the same fabric, and that fabric is your reality. By choosing the vibration of the future, you reprogram your subconscious mind, raise your vibrational frequency, and attract abundance naturally. The method is the sum of 3 movements: feel, sustain, and release. Feel the future now. Sustain the vibration even when the mind doubts. Release attachment to the how and when. This is trusting the universe and receiving what is already destined for you. And the more you practice, the more spontaneous it becomes. There comes a point when it's no longer a technique, it's a lifestyle. You wake up already vibrating, walk already radiating, live already manifesting. This is the stage where your old reality simply collapses. The most beautiful part is that you don't do this just for yourself. You become a beacon, radiating for everyone who crosses your path. Your energy field expands, and people start to feel that something has changed in you. They don't know how to explain it, but they know it's different. And it's precisely then that your transformation solidifies. Because it's no longer an isolated practice, it's your essence. You stopped waiting for the future and started living in it. And by living in it, you prove to the universe that you're ready to receive everything that is already yours. This is the true method. It's not an external technique, it's internal identity. Not mental effort, natural vibration. Not seeking, being. And when you are, everything you desire becomes inevitable. Now, take a deep breath and feel. Your activation is happening in this very instant. The reality shift isn't out there. It's already pulsing within you. You're collapsing the future in real time. And in the next part, we'll amplify this awakening together, raising your vibration to a collective level and closing this journey with a calling that will echo in your heart. Everything we've experienced up to now was more than a script. It was a ritual. You came here out of curiosity, but now you feel something has been touched deeply. What happens from this moment on no longer depends on techniques, but on your choice to remain in the vibration of your future self. You are no longer just a viewer of this video. You are the protagonist of a timeline that is already unfolding. The invisible thread that brought you here continues to pull, and with each step you take, the quantum field responds with signs, synchronicities, and confirmations. Now, remember the archer's arrow. It has already been drawn, already released, and is in full flight. You can't go back. Your old identity no longer fits because you've already tasted the flavor of expansion. Discomfort has turned into freedom. And remember the 2 radios. The noise of the old frequency is already starting to fade, and the soft melody of your future self plays louder and louder. That music is the soundtrack of your new life, and you're already dancing to it. The most powerful part of it all is that you don't walk alone. Thousands of other souls are also awakening to this same calling. You are part of an invisible current that crosses borders, languages, and cultures, united by the high vibration of abundance. This is the calling. Do not abandon yourself. Live as the sovereign being you already are. Embody the identity of abundance, clarity, and confidence, radiated in every gesture, every word, every silence. The world needs your light. When you awaken, you help others remember to awaken. When you trust, you teach others to trust. When you manifest, you show everyone that they too can manifest. Your personal transformation becomes a collective contribution. Now, close your eyes for a moment and say to yourself, I choose to live as my future self. Feel that phrase as an energetic seal, a signature in the quantum field. By saying it, you seal your new timeline. There's nothing more to wait for. The activation is complete. You already are, already live, already. Radiate, Now simply trust, release, and receive. The universe has already understood the command. And if this message touched your heart, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with those you love. In doing so, you strengthen this vibrational community and connect with others on the same journey. Comment below which part resonated with you the most. Your story may inspire someone who needs to hear this today. This is the vibrational pact we've created together. No more waiting, but living. No more asking, but being. No more doubting, but trusting. And remember, your future self is already alive, smiling, and celebrating. You have simply reconnected with it. Now walk through the world with that certainty. You didn't just watch a video, you lived an initiation. The calling was made. The answer has already been given. The future isn't coming. It has already begun.